Have you ever felt like your brain has too many tabs open? Your thoughts are racing, your chest feels tight, and you are constantly on edge. In our modern high-stress world, our minds often feel like a glitching operating system, frozen under the weight of too many background processes. We try to push through, but the chaotic software of our fight or flight response refuses to close. What if the solution isn't to think harder, but to physically plug in a hardware fix? When you step onto a yoga mat, you might think you are just stretching your muscles, trying to become more flexible. But beneath the surface, something much more profound is happening. You aren't just moving your body, you are manually pressing the reset button on your nervous system's chaotic software. Yoga is essentially a manual system update designed to debug your biological computer and restore balance. To understand how this works, we have to look at our default state in the modern era, the sympathetic nervous system, also known as the fight or flight response. Originally designed to save us from physical predators, this system now runs constantly in the background of our daily lives. Chronic stress, endless notifications, and daily anxieties act like a runaway background app, draining your battery and keeping your system in crisis mode. But our bodies possess an incredible internal network designed to counteract this digital age overload. Think of your nervous system as a vast, complex network of fiber optic cables. Information traveling at lightning speed connects your brain to every single organ, muscle, and tissue. And at the center of this network lies a single crucial cable that serves as the ultimate system override. Meet the vagus nerve. Derived from the Latin word for wandering, this massive nerve is the body's biological USB cable. It is the longest cranial nerve in the body, starting at the brainstem and wandering all the way down into the abdomen. This biological cable acts as a two-way communication highway, carrying data packets that dictate whether your body should prepare for battle or settle down to heal. Because the vagus nerve wanders through so many vital organs, it has a direct line of control over your heart rate, digestion, and respiration. When active, it acts as a physical throttle, slowing down the chaotic signals generated by a stressed brain. It is the physical link that allows physical movement and breathing to directly reprogram our mental state, bypassing our conscious anxiety. On a biochemical level, the vagus nerve communicates using unique data packets called neurotransmitters. When the brain detects a state of calm, or when we artificially stimulate the vagus nerve, it begins to release chemical messengers. These messengers flow through the body, carrying specific instructions that tell your organs to lower their operational speed and initiate maintenance protocols. The easiest way to access the command prompt is through the breath. In yoga, pranayama, or breath control, is not just a mindfulness exercise, it is a direct software command. When you take slow, deep, diaphragmatic breaths, especially with prolonged exhalations, you are manually stimulating the vagus nerve. You are sending a priority data packet to the brain that reads, "The threat is gone, safe to initiate shutdown of survival systems." When your diaphragm moves deeply during slow breathing, it physically stretches and activates the vagus nerve fibers that pass right through it. This physical stretch is translated into electrical signals. Your heart rate immediately begins to slow down. Blood pressure drops, and your blood vessels dilate, allowing oxygen to flow more efficiently to your vital systems. One of the main chemical tools released by the vagus nerve is acetylcholine. Think of acetylcholine as the ultimate biological coolant. When your brain is overheating with stress, the vagus nerve floods your system with this neurotransmitter, putting the brakes on your heart rate and dampening the inflammatory response. It cools down the internal fires of stress and anxiety in real time. Beyond breathing, the physical postures of yoga, the asanas, act as a diagnostic system scan. When you stretch your muscles and hold challenging poses, stretch receptors in your muscles and joints send data back to your brain. This sensory feedback, known as proprioception, informs your brain exactly where your body is in space anchoring your awareness to the present moment and forcing the brain to drop imaginary, anxiety-inducing future scenarios. This combined input of deep breathing and physical stretching forces your nervous system to make a monumental shift. It transitions from the sympathetic drive to the parasympathetic nervous system, often called the rest and digest or restore and focus mode. It is the shift from high CPU usage, where your brain is struggling to survive, to a clean, quiet state where background repairs can finally begin. The beauty of this biological update is that it isn't temporary. Through a process called neuroplasticity, your brain physically rewires itself based on repeated experiences. Every time you step on the mat and stimulate your vagus nerve, you are overwriting old, anxious neural code with new, resilient pathways. Over time, your default state shifts from easily triggered panic to sustained, calm focus. Our biological hardware was designed hundreds of thousands of years ago, built for a world where threats were immediate but temporary. Today, we face a barrage of non-lethal, continuous digital stressors that our ancient systems interpret as constant danger. Yoga is one of the most effective manual patches we have discovered to bridge this evolutionary gap, protecting our ancient hardware from modern digital overload. So, the next time you flow through a yoga sequence, remember, you aren't just performing a physical workout. You are connecting your mind to your body via the ultimate biological USB cable. You are running a vital software update, clearing the cache of daily stress, and reprogramming your system for peace, focus, and resilience. Keep updating your system and stay resilient.